Conflict in Yemen has led to the largest humanitarian crisis in the world, with about 80% of the population in need of aid. This includes 12 million children. And now 4 United Nations agencies say the situation is getting even worse. They estimate that more than 2 million children could suffer acute malnutrition this year. Years of conflict, economic decline and COVID-19 have pushed communities to the brink. The World Food Programme says there are millions of innocent victims and action needs to be taken. Let's discuss this further with the WPF Yemen spokesperson, Annabelle Symington. She joins us from London. Annabelle, very good morning to you. I mean, really, it's just the most heartbreaking situation, isn't it? Because most of the people affected are innocent, and many of them children. Tell us more about what you've seen there.
As you say, the situation in Yemen is absolutely heartbreaking. It's been nearly 6 years of conflict that has driven millions of innocent Yemenis to a situation where they are dependent on humanitarian assistance for their survival. As each year of war, we've seen the numbers tragically go up and up. We are now at the moment in a situation where we are warning that Yemen is on the brink of a catastrophic famine. And one of the real tragedies here is that we've actually been here before. Back in 2018, the UN, WFP similarly warned of a famine. At that point, we were actually able to scale up assistance through 2019 and to some extent it stabilised the situation. But right now, due to just a confluence of things from, the conflict has escalated, the economy has just been absolutely ripped to shreds, and on top of that, COVID. And then on top of that, a lack of funding for the humanitarian response means that right now we are in a situation where, as you say, half of all children under 5 are expected to be malnourished this year.
Oh. And, Annabelle, I mean, this war, as you say, I mean, it's a war that nobody's going to win between, to sum it up, the Houthis and the Saudis. The danger aspect of getting food to those who need it, I mean, how do you overcome that? Because we also know that many facilities and hospitals are deliberately targeted.
Yeah, the infrastructure in Yemen, which was not great pre-war, Yemen even pre-war was the poorest country on the Arabian Peninsula, has been devastated by this conflict. WFP is supporting about 13 million people with food assistance, and on top of that, this year we're targeting 3.3 million women and children with nutrition support. So it's a huge operation. It's our largest operation anywhere in the world, and the logistics behind it are quite staggering. We are bringing in food as well as purchasing food from commercial traders in country, as well as we also distribute some cash to families in order to support them. But this is at a time when conflict continues, new front lines crop up all the time. We've got there is at the moment a big push on Marib, an area that has up until now actually hosted a lot of IDPs, a lot of people who have fled conflict, and right now that has become a new hotspot for the conflict. So you've got people who've already left their homes, who are seeking shelter there, who now find themselves once again on a front line.
And Annabelle, excuse me jumping in here, it's a time constraint, but I know that your organisation has gone to the United Nations Security Council. What sort of support are you expecting now? I mean, it's fantastic news that under Biden he's going to stop supporting the arms that are being sold and used in Yemen.
Well, so an end to the conflict is absolutely where we need to begin, and it's very encouraging, the news that we hear. But in the meantime, there is a humanitarian crisis, and these are people who need emergency food assistance right now. There are over 50,000 people who are already in famine-like conditions. There are 5 million people who are just a step away from that. So we absolutely need the support of the international community to be able to continue to provide assistance. Right now, we are less than a third funded for this year, and that is very, very worrying.
Okay, it's an important story, and we're obviously going to keep our focus on it. Annabelle, very good to talk to you. Thanks.